Hi, this is Fred Gooch, General Counsel for DocuTech. We've been getting a lot of questions about TRiD, and I wanted to touch on probably the most frequent question that we've been receiving the last couple of days here at DocuTech, and it revolves around how you calculate the calculating cash to close section on the loan estimate, and specifically the calculation of the closing costs financed section on that document. The calculation for the closing costs financed is set out at 1026-37 H1 Romanet 2, and it's specifically designated in comment 1 how to perform this calculation on the loan estimate. The calculation is troublesome because the calculation expressly excludes amounts that are otherwise disclosed in the loan costs and other costs section on the loan estimate. And this is where you put your upfront government financed fees. So when that calculation is performed, excluding these fees, the amount that the borrower is expected to bring to the closing is lower than it's actually going to be. And there are a couple ways that people want to get around this problem. The first one would be utilizing the base loan amount instead of the total loan amount. Well, the problem with that approach is that the regulation specifically requires you to use the total loan amount disclosed according to section 37B1. So you have to use the total loan amount, not the base loan amount. We've actually received informal guidance from the CFPB that confirms this, and we've also been discussing this problem with all of our industry partners and other technology vendors that are in this space. This is by far the number one question that we're getting. And unfortunately, while the result of this calculation is that the loan estimate shows that the borrower will need to bring less cash to closing than they will actually be bringing, it follows the regulation, and we have really no choice but to follow the regulation as the CFPB has it. In good news, one of the other things that we wanted to touch on real briefly was that there was a Fannie Mae lender letter that was released yesterday. The lender letter states that Fannie Mae will not be auditing for technical violations of the rule. They will only be determining whether lenders have made a good faith effort to comply, and they're defining that as providing the loan estimate and the closing disclosure. So as long as you're making a good faith effort to comply and you are utilizing the LE and the CD, Fannie Mae is going to give you a lot of leeway with respect to the loans that they're going to be purchasing for technical compliance with the rule. So we understand that this is a particularly trying time within the industry as we are implementing this regulatory change. But we want you to know that DocuTech is here. We're ready to support you, and we're ready to field all of your questions. So if you have any questions about TRiD or how things are working, please get with your account manager and submit those questions to us. In addition, we have resources available on our website, FAQs, the TRiDcast that we've done to support you in your implementation efforts. Also, we are going to be doing a live Q&A webinar here in the coming weeks, so if you have questions about TRiD that you'd like us to address on that webinar, please go ahead and submit them to trid@docutechcorp.com.